So a few months ago, I did a video talking about this movie that I saw on YouTube. It was a few clips I had to watch, and that was enough for me to talk about it. And that is 1988's The Blob, which is in itself a remake of the 1958 The Blob of the same name. And although I haven't seen the full 1988 version or the entirety of the 1958 version, from what I was able to see in the clips I watched on YouTube of the 88 version, pretty terrifying, pretty creepy, really creepy in many ways. I mean, it's also kind of goofy. It's obviously a goofy 80s movie with a kind of goofy-esque villain in a way, or not villain, but monster. And it goes around and kills people and it kind of assimilates them. And it's creepy, but also there's some scenes that just kind of, it's supposed to be like goofy in a way, I guess. But I did a video talking about it. I talked about some scenes that just made me uncomfortable, like the kid being eaten scene. Like that movie, like took it a step further than a lot of movies did and actually killed a kid off. And it's wild, and I was like, holy shit, I gotta talk about this. Well, the other day, I was on YouTube scrolling and looking through my recommendeds, and I came across a new scene from The Blob that I have not seen because I didn't watch the full movie. I just watched the clips that were on YouTube. And this scene is called The Blob, Creepy Guy Eaten. Now, in this scene, there's a guy and a girl, they're in a car doing the classic making out in in the front scene and whatnot. And this guy is like feeling up on her, which is not okay, don't fucking do that. And he gets out of his car to mix a drink. I'm pretty sure he's trying to fucking drug the drink. But when he goes back in to give it to this girl, um, it's what happens after that. I mean, the whole scene itself is like really uncomfortable, but what happens after that, like, I got to show it really quick because I have to do a video on this because I just cannot. I have to talk about this. Like, I really have. I have to talk about this. I'm going to show you guys what happened. The face collapsing into itself is what got me, and I'm gonna say right now that as a kid, if I had seen this as a kid, that would have been something that would have given me panic attacks. If anyone new to the channel, I've talked about this before. I have anxiety, and as a kid, I had really high functioning anxiety. That a lot of movies, like Men in Black included, had scenes that like that were. For one in this movie, it would have been the face caving in. Like in Men in Black, it was the alien taking over the guy's body. Like gave me panic attacks. If I saw that as a kid, that would have given me panic attacks. But that, oh, just I got it. But there's a few. Let's unpack a few other things here real quick. Before I showed the clip, I said the guy was like just some creepo. I haven't seen the full movie, but as the scene's going, it shows him in his trunk. He's got like a case full of rings. So I think he's actually supposed to be a serial killer. I don't know. I haven't seen the full movie. So if you know, let me know in the comments. Obviously, much appreciated. So he does get his comeuppance. You know, I totally feel bad for the guy because of, I guess he's a creep. So let him die. But it's really sad when you think about it. There was a comment on this video that points out that at the beginning of the scene, the girl's alive. She ends up like falling asleep because they've been drinking alcohol. So I earlier said he was like trying to drug her drink. No, they've been drinking and she doesn't want another drink because she's got alcohol in her system. And he goes to make her another one and takes like a minute to go do that. And she goes to sleep. So she's alive, but she's dead when that happens. The blob is inside her. And the comment points out that you gotta like think about how awful that death would be for her because that blob like crawls inside her from however it did it and basically ate all of her organs, her like all of her bones, just basically just left her skin. That's about it. And just like sat inside her and then waited to jump on this guy. And it is just so, it is sad. It is sad. It's the top comment on this video where this guy points it out, and I'm like, that's sad. But then the creepy guy gets killed, and it's like, okay, well, I'm not sad about that. You think about how the way the girl dies when you watch that, it's terrifying, it's scary, and it's really sad. But not feeling bad for the creepy guy that got eaten. Not that. Just the big thing that scared me is the face caving. I mean, yeah, the tentacles coming out of the blob tentacle thingies coming out of the body, and then like the face, she like turns over and her face just caves in with blood coming out. You got to give props to the practical effects department in these movies. I mean, that's one thing I do love about these older movies is I love practical effects, especially after watching the Dead Meat channel and watching all the kill counts and watching his videos where he talks about the behind the scenes stuff and a lot of the work they put into some of these movies. It's just I'm fascinated with learning about him. But you love to you learn to appreciate and love it, the practical effects in these movies. That's why I actually enjoy them. But this movie, I guess, is still creeping me out because I'm doing a second one. I'm doing a second video on this movie. I just there's a lot. I just I don't. I really don't know. I mean, I watched this scene a few days ago, and because I only upload one video a week, I didn't record anything on it yet. I was waiting to do it today when I'd upload today, and it's just kind of in the back of my head. I was laying down in bed and I was scrolling through YouTube, and I was like, "Blob." The video, the clip I showed you is called "Blob Creepy Guy Eating," and the thumbnail. I'm gonna show you the thumbnail real quick. So yeah, this is the thumbnail of the video. Like, and it was like 1 in the morning when I was scrolling. It was dark, and that's what I saw. If oh no. Oh, it's awful. It's creepy. It is something else. I mean, there's a lot of these creepy-esque movies from the 70s, 80s. I mean, there's a lot of them that have just scenes like this. And it just does something. Like, it is just so it's creepy. I don't know what else to say. My commentary here is basically just saying what it is, and I know that's not good commentary, but I really don't know what else to say about it. It's just I had to talk about it because it's creepy as all hell, man. It's just I don't know that I'm looking at it right now, and that's just my word. I'm trying to think of another word besides creepy to use because it's off-putting. I mean, it really is, but the way it's kind of done, like you feel bad that the girl died. You do, and honestly, I mean, it's sad. And then that comment points out what it must have been like, and that just makes it even worse. Because, like, would she have even known what was going on? Would she have felt anything at all to begin with? Or was it just quick and painless? I don't know. And they just it's off-putting to think about. But then it's this creepy guy. From what I can gather in the scene, I'm pretty sure he's fucking just he's a serial killer or something. So regardless, um, he deserves it, so I don't really feel bad about him. It's just the way this is done, I would love to see the effects and how they pulled this off, especially with the face caving in on itself. That is something I would love to know how they did, because I'm thinking like they would have had obviously a fake suit or a skin suit or something, and they would have had like maybe a vacuum or something that will quickly suck out the air, like maybe it was puffed up with air and they suck the air out, which causes the cave-in effect. I don't know. It's fascinating. I'd love to know how they did it. But this just shows that this movie has more to it than what I was able to watch on YouTube. And the scenes I did watch on YouTube already were like enough to get me into watching it. Just I didn't know what to find on TV to watch the full movie, so I just kind of left it be when I watched the clips on YouTube, and that was it. But now I kind of want to go and watch the full movie because if I missed that scene, I want to know what else I missed from it, honestly, because I I like 80s slasher horror movies. I really do. It's like a guilty pleasure, I guess. 80s horror movies are fun to watch. Even if they're like bad or if they're not necessarily scary, because there's quite a few of those 80s movies that aren't necessarily scary. They're just, I mean, they don't really, they're supposed to be scary, but they're not. But they're still fun to watch. But anyway, I just want to talk about this clip because I mean, it's scared. It did creep me out. It was really something. I'm still looking at the thumbnail on my screen right now, and I need to stop. Otherwise, I'm not going to sleep tonight. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like the movie? Have you seen the movie? Would you watch the movie now after me showing you this scene? Let me know. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll see you later in a brand new one. Have a good day. And as always, stay awesome, everybody.